Dear student, today's topic is imperfection in solids. An ionic crystal which has the same unit cell containing the same lattice point throughout the whole of crystal is known as ideal crystal. Any deviation from completely ordered arrangement of continuant particles in a crystal is called disorder or a defect. So there are two types of defects. First one, point defects. The defect which arises due to the irregularity or deviations from ideal arrangement of atoms around a point or an atom in a crystalline substance. Second one, line defects. The defect which arises due to irregularity or deviations from ideal arrangement in an entire row of lattice points. So point defects in solids. First one, the first subcategory is vacancy defect. When some of the lattice sites are vacant, the crystal is said to have vacancy defect. This result decrease in density of the substance. It is also called thermodynamic defect because developed when a substance is heated. Students, second subcategory is interstitial defect. When some constituent particles, atoms or molecules occupy vacant interstitial positions, this defect increases the density slightly. You have seen the vacancy defect when the some ions, atoms, molecule are missing. Second one, interstitial defect. Particles occupying their interstitial position means they lose their actual position. And this is the arrangement of an ideal crystal when all the atoms, ions or molecules are perfectly arranged. So the ideal crystal are disturbed. So this is called imperfection or defects. So point defects in ionic crystal may be classified as defects in stoichiometric crystals and second one, defects in non-stoichiometric crystals. So first and third one, student, the impurity defect. So there are 3 point defects you study in this chapter. First one, point defects in stoichiometric crystals. Stoichiometric compound are those in which the number of positive and negative ions are exactly in the ratios indicated by their chemical formula. Example, compound AB having equal number of A positive cation and B negative means anions. The defects in these types of compound are called stoichiometric defects. In these compound, 2 types of defects generally observed: Schottky defect and Frenkel defects. So student, first we study the Schottky defects. Discovered by German scientist Schottky in 1930, it arises if some of the atoms or ions are missing from their normal lattice sites. The lattice sites which are unoccupied are called lattice vacancies or holes. The crystal is to remain electrically neutral. Equal number of cations and anions are missing. Student, condition causing Schottky defect: higher coordination number and ions means cation or anions of almost similar sizes. For example, you have seen this display. It's a Schottky defect when the cation vacancy is formed and the anion vacancy is formed means how many numbers of cation are missing. So the numbers of anions are equal to missing of that. Student, second category is Frenkel defect. This is discovered by Russian scientist Frenkel in 1926. It arises when an ion is missing from its normal position, causing a vacancy or a hole, and occupies an interstitial site between the lattice point. The crystal electrically neutral because their number of anions and cations remains the same. So student, you have seen the Frenkel defect. The cation vacancy, the cation is found on the interstitial site. So they consider as a Frenkel defect. So student, the Frenkel defect conditions are: first one, coordination number is low. Second, anions is much larger in size than the cations. In pure alkali metal halides, these defects are not very common because cation is large sizes. This defect shows why silver ion and zinc ion due to the small size means small size cations are form Frenkel defect. Alkali are not formed, only the transition metals are so is, for example, silver chloride, silver bromide, silver iodide and zinc sulfide, etc. Student, these are the difference between Schottky defect and Frenkel defect. Schottky defect is produced because of missing atoms or ions from their normal crystal site, and Frenkel defect, point number 1, it is produced when some atoms or ions are displaced from their normal sites and occupy interstitial site. Second difference in Schottky defect lowers the density of the crystal. In a Frenkel defect, point number 2, it does not affect the density of crystal. Third one, it's a major point, it is generally shown by ionic solid having high coordination number and in which cation and anions are equal sizes. Example, alkali halide, for example, sodium chloride, cesium chloride, etc. Frenkel defect, point number 3, it is generally exhibited by ionic solids having low coordination number and in which anions are larger in size than cations, mostly in the transition, for example, silver chloride, zinc sulfide. You remember of this point? Student, the second big category is point defects in non-stoichiometric crystal. The compound in which the ratio of positive and negative ions present in the compound differs from that required by ideal chemical formula of the compound are called non-stoichiometric compound. Example, vanadium oxide, VOX, where X lies between 0.6 and 1.3. Ferrous oxide, FeO, ideal composition are difficult to obtain. It is Fe 0.93 to 0.960. So non-stoichiometric behavior is most commonly found for transition metal compound, lanthanoid and actinoid in some cases. So these are two types, student. First one is a metal excess defect. When positive ions are in excess, these may arise due to the following two ways. First one, anion vacancies. Negative ions may be missing from their lattice sites, leaving holes in which the electrons remain entrapped to maintain the electrical neutrality. Example, when crystal of sodium chloride heated in atmosphere of sodium vapor, the excess of sodium atoms are deposited on the surface of crystal. The electrons trapped in anion vacancies are referred to as absenters, from German word Farbenwender meaning color center. The impart yellow color to the crystal of NaCl. The color result by excitation of these electrons when they absorb energy from the visible light falling on the crystals. So student, you have seen the metal excess defect when the cations are more. So electrons remain trapped in anion vacancies. So they are from the metal excess. Student, the second category is excess cations occupying interstitial sites. There are extra positive ions occupying interstitial sites and the electrons in another interstitial site to maintain electrical neutrality. Example, zinc oxide, white in color at room temperature. On heating, it loses oxygen reversibly at high temperature and turns yellow in color. Zinc oxide, heat, Zn2 plus half oxygen molecule plus 2 electron. Excess zinc ion are trapped in interstitial sites and equal number of electrons are trapped. Student, on a display you have seen the cation and electron in interstitial site. So they are from the excess cation interstitial site. So student, consequences of metal excess defect. First one, conduct electricity due to the presence of free electrons. Conductivity is very low because of the number of defects. The number of free electrons is very small. Due to low conductivity of metal, these are called semiconductors. Second one, metal excess defects are generally colored. Example, NaCl in yellow, potassium chloride is violet and lithium chloride is pink. Student, the second category is metal deficiency defect. These contains less number of positive ions than negative ions. These arises due to the two ways. First one is a cation vacancies. Positive ions may be missing from their lattice sites. The extra negative charge may be balanced by some nearby metal ion acquiring two positive charges instead of one. This type of defects is possible in metals which show variable oxidation state. For example, ferrous sulfide, nickel sulfide. As student, you have seen in metals deficiency defect, the cation vacancy is formed and metal acquiring higher charge. So student, according to this topic, NCERT question 1.16 and 1.25 is totally based on this. You can see on the display and you can easily find out the answer. How can you solve this type of question? Anytime in a board exam the question are asked, so you are build up this point. So thanks a lot, student.